Hey, what's going on, y'all? Spencer from OG Rawcast. I wanted to pop on real quick because it's kind of it's been getting me a little bit like with the Ryan Clark situation, him getting fired from ESPN on air apparently, and everybody's going into like what happened and was it that bump he had where he talked to the dude about not being a player versus him being a player. He's fine. He made money. He took a gamble and he lost. The gamble was being who he is, and I appreciate that and I respect that. But it doesn't mean you get to win. And he found out he didn't. But I haven't. The reason I'm kind of interested in it with him is because we have a little Pittsburgh connection. I'm from that end, and then he played for them. And you know, people know if you're born in Pittsburgh, you're a diehard Steelers fan. I don't care where you move in the world, that doesn't go away. So I always kind of dig him. I like how he stands up. I like how he puts the black perspective in everything. Because that matters. You're not afforded the luxury of just waking up and going to practice and you hopefully get good and you work out. There's a whole bunch of stuff required to get where you got to go. And I'm not going to break that all down. I guess if you know, you know. It's hard. It's hard to get places on time. There's things that got to be considered. There's ways you got to move, even through the school to keep your grades right, to go to practice even, and you know all this sort of thing. So when he brings the black perspective into the issue, I understand why, and I like to see it. And I think it goes to how much these people that he talks about have to deal with. It's not that anybody else doesn't have to deal with situations too, and stresses and problems. Of course, everybody got to deal with it. It's hard. 1 in 1 million people make it to these elite leagues. So I get that. But I do like keeping that there where people get to hear a perspective of somebody who's done it, explain why other people maybe have an off day or why they're so good, why they're better than you think they are, this sort of thing. So I like his analysis all the time. I do, if I had to knock, I would say sometimes he goes too hard on women stuff. Like you gotta, not that you gotta love black women, not that part, but just like maybe too much on the WNBA sort of thing. Like he just, come on man, you have to admit the product's not that good. It's not that we don't want them to do great. It's not that we don't want them to get better. But he has an approach that does tip me over a little bit. I'm like, come on, Ryan, come on, man. One of the things I want him to understand, but one thing that I want people to understand, my people even, and we do for the most part, but when you get good, like if he's one of the top 2 analysts on the thing, we'll say top 3. Say him, Stephen A, and Pat, whatever dude's name is, I can't remember the kicker. So if those are the 3 top analysts, you would get to the point, like we have to understand, getting to the point where you can't be fired, where you think I'm bringing so much money to this company, they can't let me go. I've made myself what's that word? Unfireable, basically. I can't think of the word right now. But that's the whole goal as a black person. When you get in a job, you want to make yourself non-expendable. That's it. You don't want to leave yourself in a place where they can afford to cut you, because they will. And he got to the point where he thought he was unexpendable or unexpendable, whichever one the word is. And then he found out, like LeBron did, not that he got fired in the same way, but you know, as rich as he is and as good as he is and out of controversy as he is, he still got nigger spray painted on his gate to his house. Henry Louis Gates, you know, he's got this show, he's this famous guy, he's highly degreed, then he gets stopped by the police entering his own house. Like there's so many examples of people that possibly you think you got out of that realm, and they'll pull you out. They can't wait to pull you out. They'll pull you out and tell you wrong, you're still one of them. So I hope he understands, and I hope we understand, that you really can't earn your way out of that predicament. It's like there's money is power. Power is in money. But like even when you have a whole bunch, say you got $100 million in your LeBron, the guy who writes your check is the guy with money. Shaq even said that. Like, there's somebody who's paying you. You know, that's the person who got the pull. And his decision doesn't have to be economic. He might hate that he had to get rid of Ryan for his bottom line. But at the end of the day, I'm not giving up this power. Have this dude walking around thinking he runs things or he can do what he wants. It's just a check, like, pap, get back in line, get back in line, pap. And that's what we have. So I hope people watch this and take that from it. That you're gonna have to dance, and if you think you're somebody who don't want to dance, you have to be willing to eat the consequences, because they are going to be they are coming. There will be consequences whenever you make those kind of choices, because it makes people uncomfortable, and it makes people have to look at themselves in an unfavorable light, and they don't like that, so they'll get rid of that, they'll mute that, they'll censor that, they'll fire you. So now we understand what's going on. What do we do with this information? Do we just let it go and go on about our business and say, damn, I hope Ryan makes his thing up on the pivot and he gets another spot? Or do we show a little bit of something and stop watching ESPN, stop turning to them, stop putting eyes on their stations, on their shows? Because that could have another effect. That could then take out Stephen A. too. So Pat McAfee was the other guy. So how do we handle this? Do we just let it go, or do we make a move around Ryan? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very interested, but I'm going to get out of here. Peace.